Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for the second video or the first video. I'm not sure which one of these videos you guys will watch first, but at the same time that this Fulham versus Chelsea Premier League preview is uploading, there's going to be another video going out. So make sure you check the description, check the card on the screen somewhere, watch both, and if you can, please remember to hit the like button on the video. Helps the channel to spread to further afield Chelsea fans. Today is a massive day for Chelsea Football Club. I think it could be a defining day for Graham Potter. I don't think it's a case of if Chelsea win today, then Graham Potter's career as a Chelsea manager will be defined as a success because of tonight's result at Craven Cottage. But I do feel as though a loss in this game against the Fulham team without their star player, 11 Premier League goal Alexander Mitrovic, a player who I have suggested Chelsea should go out on a limb and try and bring to the club. He's one of those very few and far between at least, number 9s left in world football. So Chelsea, if we do lose this game tonight, I want to talk about this before I talk about the game. I want to talk about the repercussions, potentially, of Chelsea not getting the desired outcome from this one. Well, first things first, currently, Fulham are above us in the Premier League table. We are just about approaching halfway through the Premier League season in terms of games played, and Fulham are currently 3 positions above us in the league. Chelsea cannot afford to not only be the lowest ranked team in London, but to be the lowest ranked team in West London specifically. I know that West Ham are probably going to finish way below us regardless of what result happens tonight, but Chelsea can't be the bottom club in the Premier League in West London. We can't have Brentford and Fulham above us in the Premier League table. That's not allowed. And I think tonight, if we don't get the win, I look at the upcoming fixtures. I look at Palace. That's never an easy fixture. You don't know what kind of Crystal Palace you're going to get. Sometimes they're looking good, sometimes they're looking bad. Then you got Liverpool away. Liverpool are slowly but relatively quickly becoming a much stronger team. I know they had a poor result last time out, but still, Liverpool away is not going to be easy. They're going to be up for that. They know that that is a crunch game between 2 teams that are looking like top 4 was gone a while ago. And I think as much as I do believe that Chelsea will not be able to finish in the top 4 this season, I don't think we've got good enough players to be able to be better than, the rest of the other clubs. I don't think we're better than 16 other clubs. So I don't think we're getting top 4. But what I do get concerned about with Chelsea Football Club is that at the moment we're investing money in the squad to be able to hopefully get better players to continue to be able to compete in the future. Yes, behind the scenes, the way the club's being ran, it is a bit of a shambles. We've got to adapt to a different style of leadership that we saw Roman Abramovich manage perfectly, even if it wasn't him on the ground managing day by day. The people that Roman Abramovich employed were doing a fantastic job of keeping balance within the Chelsea hierarchy, within the ranks at Chelsea Football Club. Now, Graham Potter's come in, and we have got to balance this out far better than we are right now. And I think a lot of that is going to come down to a good run of results. If Chelsea keep on losing, then the senior heads in the dressing room and the players that have the ability to make the difference, they're going to wonder what they're playing for. So at this moment, Chelsea need a result here desperately away at Fulham tonight. We've lost 5 of our last 7 games. That in any world isn't good enough, let alone the world of Chelsea Football Club, where I believe we are still technically champions of the world. So let's just hold on to that one, shall we? I might be totally wrong there. I don't think the other Club World Cup, Super Cup, whatever it's called, thing has been played yet. So yeah, we're still world champions. Should we start playing like it then, boys? Without any further ado, I'm going to build my Chelsea starting 11. I, for one second, don't believe that this is the 11 we're going to see tonight. I don't think Graham Potter would risk putting some of these players in there. But I've gone with my 11 that I would go for as a risk, but also because a lot of the other players that I've dropped as a result just don't deserve to be near the starting 11, regardless of their seniority and regardless of their experience or whatever. I think a lot of what Chelsea need to do right now is just take risks. I think we need to take risks in order to be able to start giving us the chance to get results. At the minute, we don't score any goals because we don't take any risks. So we're probably too worried about conceding. And conceding goals means losing games. So the back 4, alongside Kepa. Of course, Kepa's going to be in goal. Kepa, I've gone with Trev at right back. Thiago Silva and Badiashile, two French-speaking centre-halves in the back two, with Cucurella at left-back. Again, with so many injuries, it's not possible to field the strongest Chelsea team. And the reason I've chosen Badiashile over Kalidou Koulibaly is because I just don't think Kalidou Koulibaly is good enough. There are some players where I've actually had enough now, to the point where I was excited about Koulibaly. I thought, yeah, okay, you give someone a bit of time to adjust to the Premier League, but when Chelsea go out and spend £33 million or £34 million on a centre-half who looks fit, who looks ready, who's been training now for a few days, a week or so, you've got to just give this guy the opportunity. It's not about bleeding into the squad when you're already losing every single match. Chelsea don't have the luxury right now of being able to look at new signings and be like, you know what? We might be 3-0 up after 60 minutes in this one. We're going to toss you one there so that you got 30 minutes alongside Thiago bloody Silva. Just put him right next to him now. That's exactly what I would do. I don't think Koulibaly is good enough for this Chelsea team. That is the first player that I have just not written off, because obviously if he plays tonight and he does well, I'll praise him. That is the nature of the beast. But when it comes to picking 11s, there are some players right now that I just don't think should be anywhere near the starting 11. And Koulibaly, unfortunately, is one of those players. We move into a pivot. I've gone with a 4-2-3-1. Fulham like to go with a similar formation, but I do think Chelsea will do the same. And I think we'll go with Zakaria and Kovacic. I think that is the best two. I don't want to see Jorginho near this starting 11 either. I think there are certain players right now who, when they play, Chelsea are just far too slow. And at the moment, we're predictable in all the wrong ways. And I want us to become unpredictable. I want us to become the kind of team where you don't know beforehand how you're going to set up. And I think Zakaria and Kovacic, if they can play with a similar level of intensity, which requires them to have the same respect for Fulham that we had for Man City last week, I think if we go with that, then I think Chelsea will be all right in this game. I think Chelsea will need to look at the Fulham team, which is a strong side, and they absolutely deserve to be where they are in the table. But without Mitrovic, Chelsea get given such a bigger chance to get a result in this one. So I think we've got to go with players that are actually playing well. We've got to go with a formation and a team and a system that worked against City last week. I think a week ago, when we were beaten 1-0 in the Prem, yes, we were battered in the FA Cup, but Chelsea deserves something from the game in the Premier League last week. And I know since then City were beaten last night by Southampton, so we might be saying like, well, they're not that good, but they actually are. That's a rubbish take. So we move into the three behind the striker. JOão Felix is obviously just signed. So I'm going to put the rest of the full team up on the screen now. I've gone with Mount, Chukwuemeka, Ziyech. Mount on the left wing, Chukwuemeka in the middle, Ziyech on the right, JOão Felix up top. The reason I've gone with this is because I don't think Havertz should be anywhere near the starting 11, and I don't think Aubameyang should be anywhere near the starting 11 either. I do have a feeling tonight, if Kai Havertz starts, Kai Havertz scores. That's just the feeling that I've got in the back of my head. And I think we're more likely to see JOão Felix come off the bench. But again, I'm going with the same mentality that I mentioned with Badiashile starting. I think at this point in time, nothing's working for Graham Potter. JOão Felix is trained now. So even though he's not had time to really get to know his teammates, he's not really had time to get to know tactics. Let's be real, there's not really been any tactics deployed and on show in the last few games. Chelsea players are going out there and just hoping for the best when they walk off the pitch. That's what's happening at Chelsea Football Club right now. So I hope that Graham Potter has got the bottle today to just throw players out there, because some players just don't deserve to be out there. Aubameyang cannot get anywhere near the pitch. I know he'll be in the squad. Graham Potter confirmed it in his press conference. Kai Havertz will probably start, because I don't think a three behind the striker of Mount, Chukwuemeka and Ziyech is something that Potter would do. I just don't. But I'd like to see it. I think Ziyech's got a point to prove. I think as much as people say he doesn't care since Tuchel was sacked, I don't think he cared that much when Tuchel was there. Since then, he's had a wonderful World Cup. I think Mason Mount, people are saying, oh, he shouldn't be anywhere near the team because they think that I'm just obsessed with Mason Mount. We've got 11 flipping injuries. 10 flipping injuries. We don't have players to pick. Conor Gallagher, I think, is just always, at the moment, close to getting booked all the time. I think Conor might be trying too hard when he comes on the field. I love Conor, but I do think at the moment he's trying too hard. And I don't think he's had enough playing minutes to be able to take the mantle right now for the team. I think Conor off the bench works better. So yeah, I start JOão Felix in this game tonight. I really do. I think Chelsea have got nothing to lose at this point, although we've got everything to lose, if you know what I mean. It's one of them where I think we've just got to start going out there, playing football with a bit of freedom, and in essence, maybe hope the result's going to come by trying something new. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking for. But anyway, let me know your Chelsea starting 11 in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of this team in the comments below. Score predictions tonight. I'm not optimistic, but I'm going to go with a 3-2 Chelsea win. I know that means we score 3 goals, but when do we ever do that? I'm going to say 3-2 Chelsea. What am I thinking? Come on, you Blues.